Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, President Trump begins his second foreign trip as commander-in-chief. His first stop, Warsaw, Poland, and then on to Hamburg, Germany, for the G20 summit and the highly anticipated face-to-face meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. ABC's Maggie Rulli is in Washington with more.
President Trump appears hopeful ahead of an overseas trip that promises to challenge his diplomatic skills on an international stage. On Friday, he has his first face-to-face with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
I would love to be able to get along with Russia. Now, you've had a lot of presidents that haven't taken that tack, but it's possible I won't be able to get along with Putin.
The president's relationship with Russia's authoritarian leader is complicated.
There's Vladimir Putin. Have you ever met the guy?
Tough guy. I met him once. I have no relationship with Putin. I don't think I've ever met him.
Putin even sent me a present, beautiful present with a beautiful note.
I have nothing to do with Putin. I've never spoken to him. I don't know anything about him.
Anticipation for the high-powered meeting is amplified, with growing tensions between the two superpowers. There's the multiple ongoing investigations into Russia's meddling with the presidential election, something the U.S. intelligence community believes Putin ordered directly, and something President Trump has consistently cast doubt on.
The idea that Donald Trump would show up in a meeting with Vladimir Putin and not say something about the election would be astounding.
And Syria. The U.S. government and Russia are on opposing sides in Syria's civil war, with the U.S. supporting the rebels and Russia backing President Assad, who's accused of using chemical weapons against his own people. The White House insists the president won't go easy on Putin, but they've also downplayed the meeting as a normal bilateral discussion.
I also think they don't know what their president is going to do.
Right now, it appears unlikely that President Trump will actually confront Putin about election meddling, with one senior White House official telling ABC News that it could be a waste of time, even calling it, quote, a loser of a topic. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
Here at home, it's a fight to save Medicaid. Demonstrators crowded the front of Sarasota Memorial Hospital this morning to protest the GOP health care bills. Some protesters dressing up as older individuals in robes and hospital gowns to represent those who have the most to lose if Republicans pass a new health care bill. Those people are arguably senior citizens and people with pre-existing conditions. Signs held up read, "No wealth care." But most of the heat was aimed at Florida Republican Senator Marco Rubio, who is a prime supporter of the move to repeal the Affordable Care Act.
That there are more people who don't have relatives who are on Medicaid in nursing homes, and that they're not concerned about this. This is an issue that spans everyone. It's not a Republican issue, it's not a Democratic issue, it's an everyone issue. And to change the policy like this without the American population in support of it is just reprehensible. That's what it is.
Right now, President Trump is pressuring wavering senators to back a Republican bill to repeal and replace former President Obama's health care law, but a top aide says he is holding open a repeal-only option if Republicans cannot reach an agreement after the 4th of July recess. Happening today, a new internal medical practice opening this afternoon in the Newtown community of Sarasota. This has been in the works for more than a year and a half now. Grand opening ceremony will take place at the top of the hour. The facility is on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Way. The community is invited to come out to meet the physicians and tour the clinic. Practice will offer full primary and preventative care for anyone 18 and older. Sarasota Memorial Hospital officials expect to serve as many as 1,800 patients in the facility's first year. Thousands crowded Siesta Key Beach for 4th of July activities yesterday. The celebrations left America's #1 beach less than neat. Randy Reed posting this video on his Facebook page this morning of the party's aftermath. You can see leftover bottles, cups, towels, food debris. Volunteers were out early this morning and right at sunrise cleaning all of this garbage up. Yellow garbage bags dotted the sands. The mess, though, we're glad to report, has since been cleaned up. Volunteers were also out at Manatee Beach this morning on Anna Maria Island with trash bags and gloves, picking up all the trash from the festivities. County officials raked the sands with a tractor. One Bradenton woman says she goes out every year to help pick up the trash.
You know, it's a nice place to come. I don't know why people want to trash it, you know. They've got a beautiful place to come to. They shouldn't be trashing it. And then that's not just the holidays. Every weekend sometimes there's trash left. And it's ridiculous. There's garbage cans around. There are places to put it. Be responsible for yourself.
We spoke to one county official who cleans the beach every day, and he says the trash was bad, but not as bad as it could have been without the help of those volunteers. We thank those people who are out there early this morning, keeping our beaches beautiful.
That's
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
That's right. Well, we had hoped that we'd get the entire celebration off without a hitch last night, but from Tampa Bay to Fort Myers, there was one shower,
Is that
and
all right?
guess
Just
where
one.
it was? You know, it was pretty brief passing. It didn't last
Right.
long, and actually provided kind of a cool backdrop for the fireworks display. I think some of the lightning pops out in the Gulf waters. It was kind of neat. All in all, a pretty decent day yesterday. We did have some showers around, but less than we normally might see. Today we'll have a few more, I think, than we had yesterday. And the days ahead, I think we are looking at more moisture coming our way that could lead to a wet couple of days down the road. Now, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Our Van Wezel webcam put into motion shows some pretty nice conditions out there. A few fair weather clouds, really, that's about it. Otherwise, a lot of blue sky as well. The review of Titan radar shows, well, not a whole lot of action currently. We do have those same showers down to the south of us that are more persistent, and that's due to the deeper moisture that exists down there, some of that moving into our neck of the woods. We'll put the rain chance today at about 30%, and we'll look for some of those showers to make their way toward the coast after a daytime high in the low 90s. Complete forecast coming up in a minute. Scott.
Okay, John, thank you. New this afternoon, 2 people are in the hospital recovering from gunshot wounds after an apparent robbery. Manatee County deputies responding to the incident early this morning on Rutland Road in Parrish. Deputies say they spotted the possible suspect vehicle on Rye Road. That's where they found the driver and passenger inside suffering from gunshot wounds. Deputies say the estranged husband of one of those shot lives at the home where the robbery reportedly took place. No arrests have been made as detectives try to figure out this crime. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies need your help solving another robbery. 2 teenagers were allegedly robbed and beaten Monday night on 12th Street West in Bradenton. Deputies say the teens were walking when a man came up to them offering drugs. When the teens said no, the suspect then attacked one of them, and several other people began beating them before taking their money and running away. If you know anything about these crimes, call the Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. A new report this afternoon puts the Suncoast in the spotlight for the best areas for young entrepreneurs. Finance website moneyrates.com ranks the Northport, Sarasota, Bradenton area as the #1 destination for young entrepreneurs this year. Growth rates in young adult affluence, such as the number of young professionals earning good incomes, were analyzed. Also, the percentage of young adults with a bachelor's degree and higher. Florida's tax environment is also favorable, ranking 4th in the nation. Other Florida cities mentioned include Punta Gorda, the Villages, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Sebastian, Vero Beach, and the Orlando area. When we come back, John will be back with another look at our forecast for the rest of the work week, plus the link between bees and the people who are allergic to them. Details coming up in Health Smart.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. The official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Download yours today.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Neat picture sent in to us here at the studio. Raymond, I believe his name is. Yes, Raymond Sasho went to see the Fort Myers Miracle play, and they were at the stadium there, Hammond Stadium, and they were looking off in the distance and saw a thunderstorm developed and got a really cool picture that I think most other people missed. Didn't know it happened. Can you see what it is? Zoom in a little bit and you can tell. And a water spout developed from the cloud. Kind of cool, huh? But sometimes those things are often missed, and that one was not, thanks to Raymond, who snapped that picture. Now, it's often the case that if you look up in the sky, you can see something amazing somewhere almost any time. An iridescence or a rainbow or some incredible cloud formation. That time he got lucky. I have yet to see a water spout, and I'd really like to see one. 90 degrees our current air temperature. We are on the road to a very warm afternoon once again with heat indexes cracking the century mark. Dew point value comes in at 71. Which is still kind of steamy out there. East-southeast wind coming in at about 3. We'll have that easterly wind throughout the day today. Temperatures in many locations at or above the 90 mark. 90 in Sarasota, 90 in Venice, 90 in Lake Placid, 88 degrees in Bradenton, 89 in Parrish, Lakewood Ranch, Mayaca. We're looking at 89 degrees in Northport and in Punta Gorda. I think a lot of these values will be at 90 degrees or better by the end of this show. Still, not much in the way of any kind of rain showers right now. I might have one here that's just popped up in extreme eastern sections of Manatee County, but we have some showers that have been kind of persistent down in the southern tip of the state thanks to that southeasterly wind flow. We will see over the course of the afternoon, I think, the line of showers begin to approach us from the south and from the east, and that'll be due to an east coast sea breeze enhanced by this southeasterly wind flow, pushing that sea breeze into our region, where it collides with our west coast sea breeze and showers and thunderstorms ensue. Mostly just standard thunderstorm activity throughout the day today across the peninsula of Florida. And the Severe Storms Prediction Center puts us in just the risk for standard thunderstorms, nothing really serious. Across the nation, though, there are some places where stronger storms may certainly well develop. Areas along the northern tier and western Great Lakes may see some strong storms also in the deep south, stretching from Dallas through our major airport hubs, parts of Atlanta, and then also into areas of the Carolinas could be under the gun for some stronger storms. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, brings us that southeasterly wind again today. The high, the sort of axis of the high, the center part of where that high pressure ridge extends across the peninsula of Florida will wobble a little bit today, and I think maybe head a little bit further to the north compared to yesterday. And I'll put in an extra 10% chance of rainfall because of it. There are some variations that are coming our way over the next several days, including some drier air that may work its way in, slightly reducing rain chances in the extended range for maybe Friday, Thursday or Friday. And then a slug of moisture behind that may enhance our rainfall chances as we head into the weekend. You'll see that reflected in the extended range. So higher rain chances today, closer to the coast showers, and very warm, once again with heat indexes high. So today we'll put in about a 30% chance of showers. Some drier air comes our way perhaps on Friday, lowering our rain chances. And then that slug of moisture comes our way next week into the end of the weekend, perhaps enhancing our rain chances again. More on some tropical development coming our way in the next half hour. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In health news today, it's safe to say summer is the best time for fun in the sun and outdoor activities, but unfortunately it also is the peak time for insect stings. And allergists across the country are warning about a shortage of a little-known but crucial product. Kim Hutcherson explains.
Millions of Americans are allergic to insect stings. A smaller percentage suffer anaphylaxis, a severe response that can be life-threatening if they're stung by a honeybee, hornet, or wasp. If you are allergic to these stinging insects and use venom immunotherapy, or VIT, to prevent a potentially deadly reaction, listen up. Supplies of the venom protein extract used for VIT are low and may continue to be for some time. VIT involves injecting small doses of venom under the skin. This reduces sensitivity to the allergens that can trigger dangerous symptoms. There are just 2 manufacturers in the U.S., and one of them was shut down in 2016 after contamination problems, which led to the shortage. The situation may not be resolved before next year, so for now, doctors are rationing doses for patients who need them. Guidelines issued this spring called for longer intervals between doses, reduction of maintenance doses, even stopping treatment altogether for patients with a lower risk of severe reactions. Experts say the plan is working and the shortage is decreasing, but don't expect supplies to be back to normal for several months. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Well, we all know coffee can help wake us up in the morning, but now there's a new book on coffee and its potential benefits, including helping you lose some weight. In the book, The Coffee Lover's Diet, Dr. Bob Arnaud says Java can jumpstart weight loss, and he recommends adding several cups of coffee to his low-calorie balanced diet. He claims it'll increase your metabolism a little bit, allowing you to burn 100 or more calories.
It does help to sort of take fat out and use it during exercise. It does improve the intensity you can exercise at.
Researchers haven't proven all the health perks of coffee just yet, but the doctor says if it does make you stressed, anxious, or send your heart racing, scale back or switch to decaf. But for those who can handle it, he says the biggest coffee boost will be to your mood. Up next on your Suncoast News, a multi-million-dollar lawsuit is filed against Major League Baseball, and he's the man that inspired the ice bucket craze. Now, he's being rewarded by the ALS Association. Details when we come back.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-747-0618. 800-747-0618.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
The official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Download yours today.
Longtime umpire Angel Hernandez is claiming racial discrimination keeps minority umpires from getting the best jobs. ABC's TJ Holmes has the story.
Angel Hernandez has been calling balls and strikes as a major league umpire for nearly 24 years.
A call from Angel Hernandez, a full count.
Now he's calling foul against Major League Baseball. The Cuban-born ump is suing the league for racial discrimination, pointing the finger at former New York Yankee skipper Joe Torre, now executive vice president overseeing baseball's umpires. According to the lawsuit, since Torre's arrival, there has been only one non-white umpire assigned to the World Series. And the 55-year-old claims he has not been promoted to crew chief despite having more experience than 9 of the 10 umpires that were promoted.
Dickey's pleading with Angel Hernandez.
Hernandez alleges the bad blood between the two men started in this game back in 2001. Torre was outraged over this call. Getting in Hernandez's face, Torre was tossed from the game.
Every time Angel Hernandez has the plate in a game, something happens to one of the teams.
Hernandez claims Torre then, quote, took to the media to insult him, reportedly saying Hernandez just wanted to be noticed over there. And that once Torre assumed his role with MLB in 2011, the notion that Hernandez just wanted to be noticed permeated Hernandez's early evaluations as an umpire.
It's hard to know whether Joe Torre is holding a grudge or not. If you look at the history of baseball and you look at the way grudges are held, it doesn't seem so ridiculous after all.
TJ Holmes reporting. Also on the diamond, the Tampa Bay Rays finally get their reunion with their former boss Joe Maddon yesterday, beating the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. Tim Beckham's 2-run homer highlighted a 5-run 4th inning against the Cubs. Alex Colomé gave up 2 runs in the 9th inning, but he did hang on to get the save, his 22nd of the season. Starting pitcher Chris Archer picked up his 3rd win in the last 4 starts. Final score, Rays win it 6-5. And the same 2 teams will play again this afternoon at 2 o'clock in Chicago. It's day 3 at Wimbledon. 2-time champion Rafael Nadal is on the center court today, along with defending champ Andy Murray. 5-time champion Venus Williams is also playing today, taking on an opponent from China. Also, 2-time semifinalist Victoria Azarenka is back in the 3rd round after beating 15th-seeded Elena Vesnina today in straight sets. It's been a good year for basketball star Stephen Curry. First, his team, Golden State Warriors, won the NBA championship. He has a new $200 million contract, and now he has the most popular jersey in the league. Curry's gear is the top-selling jersey in the NBA. In second place, LeBron James, followed by Curry's teammate Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and Kyrie Irving. The results are based on NBAstore.com sales numbers from April through June. Time now to head over to the kitchen, where John joins a special guest today from the Drunken Poet Cafe in downtown Sarasota.
Thank you very much, Ms. Punyahotra. Pleasure to have you here today from the Drunken Poet, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great restaurant on Main Street. If you have not been, you really should. It's fantastic. So, tell us what you're cooking today.
We have duck red curry, pineapple
I love
curry.
red curry. Pineapple red curry. So it's got a little sweetness
Sweet,
to it
yes.
and a little spice as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so how do we start this dish?
Well, I'm going to show you what goes into a curry paste.
Okay.
We have sea salt, like maybe a teaspoon of sea salt. You have shallot.
This is nice. This is the seagrass, you say, right?
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass, I mean. And then a little bit of red chili pepper.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Do you need some, garlic?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get that for you. How many cloves would you like?
The whole
Just
thing. if you
the
want.
whole thing. All right, you're my kind of gal. Yeah, pour it in there.
And now this is
Special.
kaffir lime fruit, and we only use the skin.
Just the skin.
Just
okay.
the skin. Yes.
Very special kind of lime. And then the red
And
chili
then,
paste?
No,
Not yet.
I'm showing you what would go in there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And you just have to smash them.
So this is also a good little exercise. I guess you can
Yes.
skip a day at the gym after you do this, right?
And then we get, this is what we get.
Eventually you would get this.
Yes.
Okay, well that would take a lot of
Okay.
work. I bet you could just buy that in the store though and save yourself a lot of effort, right?
Okay.
Okay, I'll put
So-
this aside for you.
Yes.
All right. Now you've got in the skillet heating up some oil, so
Oil.
we've got a very hot pan for you today,
Yes.
right? And then we just put in a little. Is there a big difference between the red chili pastes and the what do they have a
Green curry?
Green.
Yes. Now, red curry paste, we use red curry dry, and the green curry, we use fresh green chili.
Oh, okay.
So that the difference would be the green curry is kind of bit sweet.
Okay. And this one's a little spicy.
Yes.
I love spicy. So now you're just putting this in the oil, I guess, to season the oil to
Yes,
get the flavor
to
into
get
the
the
oils?
flavor out.
Okay, gotcha. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this as?
Oh, this is only medium.
This is about a 5.
And then whatever you need to add, it will be on the chili afterwards.
Gotcha. What else do we do now?
We need to put
Can I help you?
coconut, sure.
Okay, you tell me how
Coconut
much.
milk. Go ahead.
This is coconut milk?
Yes.
Okay. So it looks like we're going with about all of this?
Yes.
Okay, so we're doing about, what is that? Maybe cup and a
1
half, 2
cup,
cups?
Yes.
And of course, the recipe for this is always on the website, mysuncoast.com, if you want the ingredient list. Oh, that smells so good already. Very, very lovely. Do you have lots of different curries on the menu at
Yes.
Drunken Poet?
Yes. This one is actually going to be on our new menu.
Oh, good. And when does that make its debut?
Well, it should be next month.
Okay. We'll wait for that. We love the food.
But
at
you can
Drunken Poet.
always ask for it.
I like that. And then, what else can we add to this?
We can add the pineapple.
Okay. Some pineapple chunks. That looks
Yes.
good. All right. Oops. Sorry. Hope I didn't splash you there. Okay, we'll leave that one out. And lychee. Do you have lychee
Yes.
here as well? Okay. Add the lychee nuts. And we have some tomatoes. Can I go ahead and put that in there?
Yes.
And we have some Thai basil. We
Yes.
put that in whole tilt
Yes.
boogie there, as well as some peppers. Yes.
Peppers.
I'll let you be judicious in your pick of those. And that's a Thai pepper and some habanero as well. Okay. Put that in there?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. And then to that, because we're running out of time, we
Yes.
always hate TV time here just is so compressed, but of course
And then we put the duck.
and then this is a nice broiled duck. And the final product right here, absolutely gorgeous and very tasty, no doubt. I can't wait to tuck into this. Oi, thank you so very much for
Thank
coming in
you.
today. Really appreciate it. From
Thank you.
Drunken Poet on Main Street in Sarasota. We'll be right back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D services.com.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View. High fashion is being created right here on the Suncoast. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we talk to the designer of Camel and Beth Day and Evening Wear to hear about her success and see a fashion show of her summer line. We feature the most sought-after neighborhoods in Suncoast for sale. Plus, it's a blast from the past in Sounds of the Suncoast with Decades Rewind. And Yo Sushi is in our kitchen. Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Topping our news this half hour, the United Nations will hold an emergency meeting this afternoon in response to North Korea's latest missile launch. That's now being called a new escalation of the threat to the United States. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has more from New York.
In a show of force and solidarity, the U.S. and South Korea fired a volley of short-range missiles into the waters off the coast of the Korean peninsula. This just hours after North Korea successfully launched a two-stage intercontinental ballistic missile that could reach Alaska. The missile blasting 1,700 miles straight up into the sky, likely so it did not overfly Japan or Russia. But if the North Koreans angled the trajectory for distance instead of height, experts say the missile could travel well over 4,000 miles, not just in range of Alaska, but very close to the U.S. mainland.
We know that they now have a rocket that can reach the United States, but the real trick is to be able to have that nuke on that rocket survive the high heat of reentry. We know they're working on this.
North Koreans are applauding the news, and the country's leader, Kim Jong-un, seen here overseeing the July 4th launch, is calling it a package of gifts for America on its Independence Day. A defiant move coming just days after President Trump issued this warning.
The era of strategic patience with the North Korean regime has failed. Many years, and it's failed. And frankly, that patience is over.
And today, a powerful statement from a U.S. official saying right now self-restraint is the only thing keeping the U.S. and South Korea from going to war with North Korea. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Happening today, the man accused in that airport stabbing attack of an officer in Flint, Michigan is in court. Amor Fatoui is charged with violence at an international airport after allegedly stabbing in the airport police officer last month. The victim, Lieutenant Jeff Neville, is expected to recover. Investigators believe he's a lone wolf attacker motivated by hatred for the United States. Fatoui is a Tunisian national who's lived in Canada for the last decade. The New York City Police Department is mourning the loss of one of its own after a veteran officer is fatally shot in the head. Officers say 48-year-old Miosotis Familia was sitting in her patrol car with her partner when a gunman fired into the vehicle, striking her in the head. The suspect, Alexander Bonds, pulled out a gun when confronted by police officers, then fired at him, and he died shortly after. Police are calling the shooting, quote, a clear assassination.
She was on duty, serving this city, protecting people, doing what she believed in and doing the job she loved.
The attack happened in the Bronx around 12:30 this morning near the end of her shift. Familia was a 12-year veteran of the NYPD. Overnight in Georgia, shootings lead to a police chase and a crash that kills 3 people. Police say shots were fired from a white SUV in the downtown area. Police then began the pursuit of that vehicle. The chase resulted in a crash that killed 3 people. 4 others were hurt. There's no word yet on a possible motive. Here in Florida, a couple is accused of stealing thousands of dollars in fireworks and then trying to sell it online. The Lee County Sheriff's Office arresting 25-year-old Michael Naple and 20-year-old Ashley Lyall. The deputies say the couple was asked to watch a fireworks tent overnight by an employee at the business. But that employee awoke to find thousands of dollars in fireworks had been stolen. Detectives discovered an online local buy-sell website with that fireworks on sale. They arranged to meet the online seller to buy it. It turned out to be the couple. Both are being charged with grand theft and dealing in stolen property. New details this afternoon about a man police say drove his car into an apartment building in Fort Pierce yesterday. Police say 31-year-old Carl Filbert loaded propane tanks into his car and then rammed it into the front of his former girlfriend's building. The car exploded on impact. Filbert died in the fire. 5 adults and a toddler managed to escape uninjured through a back door. Police say he intended to kill them all by blowing the place up.
I had never seen anything like that. That was crazy.
I heard the impact. It was pretty hard. It shook the house, it vibrated the couch, the walls, everything.
Police say Filbert was a Haitian immigrant who had been staying at hotels in that area. 13 adults and 5 children have been displaced by the resulting fire. A developing story out of the UK that's making national headlines. Time is running out for a terminally ill 11-month-old infant. Charlie Gard has a rare disease that doctors say is untreatable, and they plan on taking him off life support this week. This despite efforts to help from 2 of the most powerful men in the world. John Lorink explains.
Charlie Gard turned 11 months old yesterday, and the infant, suffering from a rare genetic condition, is fighting for his life. These tubes are keeping him alive.
He's a little trooper and he's a soldier. He will fight, and he'd fight to the very end.
Charlie was diagnosed with a mitochondrial disease shortly after birth, and doctors say his brain damage is irreversible. They are calling for Charlie's life support to be shut off, but not everyone agrees with that decision.
We're still fighting! We're still fighting! Save Charlie Gard! Save Charlie Gard!
Pope Francis said Charlie's parents should be able to treat their child until the end, and on Tuesday, a pediatric hospital in the Vatican offered to take Charlie into its care. However, the London hospital told Vatican officials they're not able to legally transfer the child. President Donald Trump has also offered his sympathies, saying, "If we can help little Charlie Gard as per our friends in the UK and the Pope, we would be delighted to do so." Charlie's parents would like to have their son released to them so that they can try an experimental treatment in the U.S., but a court ruled against them, saying there's no chance of Charlie's health improving.
Our parental rights have been stripped away. We can't even take our own son home to die. We've been denied that. Do you not think we've been put through enough?
Charlie's life support is expected to be turned off on Friday. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Here in the States, the man who inspired the popular Ice Bucket Challenge is finally getting help of his own. Pete Freites suffers from Lou Gehrig's disease, but now, thanks to a new program from the ALS Association, his medical bills will be fully covered. This new program covers the uninsured cost of skilled home care for several ALS patients in Massachusetts each year. Freites' medical bills can reach $80,000 to $95,000 each year. The former Boston College baseball star was diagnosed with ALS back in 2012, and his story inspired the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, in which people dumped freezing buckets of water over their heads to raise money for research. That was a craze, and it did raise a lot of money.
It's probably one of the most successful internet campaigns ever, I think.
So.
I bet it was. Beautiful weather across our region today. Certainly no ice buckets out there and today, that's for sure. Our tower cam view shows just beautiful blue sky and some fair weather surf as well. The wave action is pretty minimal today. Nice day out there for boating. West wind at about 10 miles per hour, 8 to 10 knots out there on open waters. A few scattered showers visible on radar way off in the distance, but nothing here locally yet. We do have some kind of closing in from the south, and I think as we head into the afternoon, we'll see more of that action closing in, first in inland areas and then closer to the coastline. A general easterly wind flow visible not only at the surface, but also by the cloud pattern here on satellite. So we'll go with about a 30% chance of storminess today. And then over the next several days, some changes coming up. We'll talk about that. Talk about the tropics as well coming up in just a few.
John, thank you. Amazon Prime Day is not until next week, but there are some deals Prime members can take advantage of right now. Members can sign up for Amazon Music Unlimited for 99 cents a month for 4 months, which gives you access to tens of millions of songs. They can also save up to 40% on a Kindle Unlimited membership or a 6-month membership on Audible, which boasts the world's largest library of audiobooks. And on Prime Pantry, members can find discounts up to 35% on a number of everyday essentials. Volvo is going all electric. In about 2 years, the Chinese-owned company says they will stop selling gas-only vehicles. Instead, the company plans to launch 5 fully electric cars between the years 2019 and 2021. The rest of the fleet will either be plug-in hybrids or vehicles that combine a battery with a small gas engine. The change was likely influenced by Chinese auto company Geely, which bought Volvo in 2010. China is the world's second largest economy and also a nation plagued by air pollution. The country hopes to have 5 million electric cars on its roads by the year 2020. When we come back, John will give us another look at our forecast. And then she's a woman who uses her early foreign travels to inspire kids and businesses here on the Suncoast. We'll have her story when we come back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Air temperature comes in at a warm and steamy 90 degrees already. Dew point is at 71, and we have an east-southeast wind coming in at about 7. A fair amount of sunshine out there, and our temperatures destined to be in the low 90s today, but with feels like temperatures closer to the 100 mark. In some cases, a little better than the 100 mark. The east wind quite visible as it flows a little stronger today, and we have a little bit more moisture already streaming across the southern tip of the state. I think we'll see that collision between that easterly wind and the sea breeze occur during the late afternoon. We'll see a few showers start to build in inland areas, and then as the high kind of retreats to the north just a little bit, we'll see that easterly wind push those showers and thunderstorms right toward the coastline. Similar to yesterday, but I think maybe the coverage might be just a little bit greater. They say this axis of high pressure is going to shift north and south over the next several days. Slightly higher rain chance today, closer to the coast, and very warm once again. The RPM computer model shows those showers moving from inland areas out into Gulf waters, and I think that's pretty much going to be the rule again tomorrow as well. Although starting probably on late Thursday into Friday, a little bit of drier air might try to work its way in. and that could actually limit the number of storms we see on Friday. There's Florida sticking out into the Gulf and Atlantic waters, and way far away right here is a cluster of showers that the Hurricane Center has been watching for a while now. They give it about a 70% chance of developing anywhere from 2 days to 5 days down the road into a named tropical system, most likely called Dawn. They backed away a little bit on the percentages today for development, and I think there's some good reasoning behind that. It's still a good distance away from us, almost 3,000 miles, and the suite of computer models that are used to track and forecast this invest have it moving in a general northwesterly motion for the next several days for sure. And then it starts to diverge a little bit thereafter in exactly what happens to it. It's looking for a weakness in this high pressure ridge to the north to begin a turn more to the north. On this trek, as it gets closer and closer to the Greater Antilles, there's a potential that it could impact those islands. Also a potential that it could eventually become an issue for the east coast of the United States, or perhaps Bermuda. But on that trek, along, let's say, the center part of this model line, it's going to encounter some very dry air. You can see that dry air just out in front of it, and that's certainly going to limit its development. The less it develops, the weaker it is, the more likely it is to continue on a southern track. The stronger it is, the more likely it is to be influenced by a trough and lift further to the north. Incidentally, we spoke about our rain chances going down. That's because this little bit of drier air will be moving into the state of Florida, followed by potentially some of this moisture that's now over Hispaniola lifting north behind it, increasing our rain chances as we head into the beginning of next week. So kind of a little bit of a rain chance roller coaster over the week ahead. Today, about a 30% chance, 40% chance tomorrow. Then we'll drop it down a little on Friday, and then we'll take it back up the end of the weekend, beginning of next work week. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. This week's amazing Suncoast woman has worked to help others no matter where life has led her. ABC 7's Linda Carson has her story.
One amazing thing about the Suncoast is how involved local businesses are in our community. And one reason Amanda Horn is such an amazing Suncoast woman is she uses her time and her talent to make this a better place to live for those less fortunate. The Suncoast is a long way from the land of Amanda's birth.
Originally, I was born in Zimbabwe, Rhodesia. Both my brother and I were adopted there at birth.
Her father was a farmer who imported cattle from Austria.
My brother would lead the prize cow, her name was Bloom, in his little lederhosen and stuff, and I would sit in my little dirndl around the agricultural shows and stuff to advertise the breed of cattle.
When she was 12, she and her family moved to England.
I've been so blessed in my entire life. I was adopted in a country that was war-torn. If I hadn't have been adopted by wonderful parents who decided to leave the country because of my brother and I, where would I be today? I could have been in an orphanage in a war-torn country in the middle of Africa.
Her first marriage brought her to Bradenton. The marriage ended, but she stayed. Her passion was education, and she volunteered for Pace Academy.
They're girls who are at risk of not completing high school. They go into small classrooms. It's just 54 girls in the school, and it's a year-round school.
And she met John Horn, owner of the Anna Maria Oyster Bar restaurants.
John and I met at the Anna Maria Island Community Center. He was on the board of directors, and I was a donor, and it was at a Christmas party.
And she continued her work in the community at the Women's Resource Center.
I actually worked part-time for them for a long time, but we've been really big supporters of them. I love the fact that they've merged. The Sarasota and Manatee have merged.
And they're partnering with the Manatee County School District this summer, offering breakfast and tutoring programs at their Ellington restaurant to kids who need extra help in school.
Once they've had breakfast and been fed, then there's a group reading session with, we've hired a teacher coordinator from the school district for the summer. And then each of the children go with their mentor to a table or a corner.
And the kids get backpacks full of supplies and T-shirts that allow them to eat at the Anna Maria Oyster Bars free. And Amanda Horn's life lesson?
To me, knowing that you've made a difference in one person's life, whether it be an adult or a child, that means your life's been worthwhile.
Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Great story. Thank you, Linda. Coming up, a truce in a literary legal battle, and the new incarnation of Spider-Man is looking to leave his mark on the Marvel Universe. Those stories next in Entertainment News.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Peace in Middle-earth. The estate of author J.R.R. Tolkien settling a lawsuit with Warner Brothers. They sued the company for $80 million, claiming the studio had no right to create digital products like online games based on Tolkien's Hobbit and Lord of the Rings books. But after 5 years of claims and counterclaims, the litigants say they have reached an amicable resolution. First Tobey Maguire, then Andrew Garfield, and now Tom Holland. The 21-year-old British actor is signed on to play Spider-Man in the next Avengers movie and the sequel to Spider-Man: Homecoming. The first one hits theaters this Friday. Holland says he's living out a childhood dream playing Marvel's latest Spider-Man.
I've been playing him in my room since I was 5, so the fact that I get to wear the real costume is amazing, and it's every time I put it on I have to pinch myself.
Co-starring Zendaya as the new redhead Mary Jane, Robert Downey Jr. returns as Iron Man, Tony Stark, trying to help keep our heroes safe. And then Michael Keaton is also in this new movie as the villain. Spider-Man: Homecoming is rated PG-13. Turns out the Tyrannosaurus Rex was not the big boss in Jurassic Park. It was actually a crocodile type of animal. Scientists call it the Rosanna. It measured 23 feet long and weighed as much as 2,200 pounds. Fossil evidence unearthed in Madagascar indicates that Rosanna was at the top of the food chain in the Middle Jurassic period about 170 million years ago. Certainly has the teeth for that role, doesn't it?
Wow.
Man.
I'll say so.
Don't go swimming.
I saw a report that they're trying to also bring back to life the woolly mammoth.
Yeah, I have read a little bit about that.
That they think they can do it. The technology is there. They can use the mummified remains to make another one.
Yeah. And they haven't been gone that long, so it's not
as long as the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Be cool.
Yeah. We have some showers and thunderstorms in the works for the next day or two, then perhaps a little break once again from the showers on Friday for a lot of folks, and then perhaps again increase in moisture coming our way Sunday and Monday. And of course we're continuing to monitor the tropics and see if anything does develop and what will eventually happen with it.
Okay. The next name, Don, right?
Don, yep.
Okay. Thank you, John. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Have a great day ahead. Hope to see you again at 5 o'clock.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.